Well, this was interesting news. So let me get this straight. Says he's leaving Warmain. We kind of reviewed those videos before. So I'm leaving Warmain. I'm leaving Warmain. I'm leaving, guys. I'm leaving. Can't stand it anymore. Okay, this is the problem, and this is why I say you could go against Warmain all you want, but you're never going to win. Is right here, because there's nowhere else to really go. And he kind of just proved it with this whole thing. So, 2 videos about he's leaving Warmain, he's going to Whitemane, why you should quit Warmain. Warmain has no integrity. New Ninja Guild on Icecrown Warmain. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Minimal effort. Oh my god. This guy spends so much time creating drama. And you could sit there and say that, Funky, what are you doing? You're creating drama by talking about him. No, I'm just calling. There's a difference between calling bullshit out and just like making stuff up. Just look, how many times? Isn't there another Ninja Guild in here that he reported on? This isn't the first time. I know it's in here somewhere. I'll have to find it. I think it might have been one of his first few videos. I could be wrong. I know he's posted about it before. Why Warmain Icecrown is better than Lordaeron. This was 2 years ago. Then 2 months ago, he quit. Don't do this in Classic. Oh my god. But anyways, I know he's reported stuff before. And there's a whole thread on the forums for some report he made for Marigar. And man, I've read it, and holy crap. It may, like, he's arguing that it should be easier. Like, in the main issue with Marigar on Warmain is that the flames start in the wrong spot. Like, what the... I love the guy's comment. The guy's reply. Just because you can't beat Marigar on Heroic doesn't mean that everyone else can't. Like, this dude is just so wishy-washy. Then this got sent to me the other day from his Discord. Hubby is streaming 10 ICC on Lordaeron. Check out, he's a Lordaeron virgin. Lots to unpack here. First of all, he's not a Lordaeron virgin. He's been playing Lord for quite some time. So that's wrong. Why would you promote Flobby? I mean, come on, man. Why are you promoting a guy who cusses out his own sub runs? You know, spews a bunch of misinformation. You know, like Divine Storm resets Crusader Strike, and you know, if you go at the end of the fight, you're done good. You know. Glyph of Healing Wave is better than Glyph of Lesser Healing Wave. Like, the guy... the list just goes on and on with Obby. And, like, it's been debunked, like, 1,001 times, just with simple math. Why would you guys... Why are you promoting this? Garbage. There's a ceiling... You know, I just seen Hamster Wheel retired. If you go to Hamster Wheel and you go check out his... channel. So he's talking an end of an era. Now, I really wouldn't say it's not an end of an era really for Hamster Wheel, because it wasn't the era for his group of people died out when Classic hit. So Orcbit, Mr. GM, Dodgy Kebab, Hamster Wheel, when I think they all of them used to have that podcast together. When Private was really, really big, and we didn't have a Classic to go to, yeah, that was their heyday. Their heyday ended, the end of their era ended 5 years ago or whatever it was when Classic was launched. 4 years ago, whatever it was, the pandemic, yeah, 4 years ago. Their era ended a long time ago. And look, I've said this 1,001 times. There is a limit to, and Hamsters even agreed with me on this, on my own YouTube channel. The comments out there, I think it's on one of the Obby videos. I think the last video I made of him. and debunking all his stuff. Hamster went on there and even said, yeah, there's a ceiling to what you do here. And there's a ceiling to this, guys. You're never going to make it big time. You're never going to make enough money on YouTube to support yourself or anybody else doing private server content. So why do we do it then? We do it for the love of being able to do it. Because Hamster's been stuck, I think, at 50k subs now for a while. Dodgy had his peak years ago. I think if you look into Social Blade, let's see. So, yeah, it pulls up Obby, because he must have been the last one I checked. So, I mean, the peak, COVID hit, and, the channels have all dropped off. You can look at him, you can look at, Hamster Wheel. You can see Hamsters has pretty much died off. I mean, everything's dying off in the private server scene. So there's a ceiling to it. And after that, there's not a whole lot. I mean, the subs have been stale for, I'm assuming, yeah, here's the subs. And the subs have been pretty much stale except for the spike in January 22. And I had a spike then too, and then I think I had a spike then. It was somewhere after January. I think it was the January after COVID. And then a spike here, but pretty much he's been either just gaining minimal or staying at 0, losing some here and there, a little bump there, and then losing. It's just, there is a limit to private server content. You can look up Dodgy Kebab, although I always spell his name wrong. I think I spelled it with too many A's. Yeah. Hang on. So if I type in Dodgy here. Dodgy Kebab. Oh, I did type it in right. Well, what the hell? Hang on. Dodgy hasn't made content in a while. What, 2 or 3 years now? But you look at his sub, I mean, everything's flat for the last years and years and years. Content just, it's just gone. There's a certain ceiling to Wrath and private servers in general, and then you either evolve or you die, and that's pretty much where it's been at. There's no you getting past anything, you getting better at it. It's just, I mean, look, even Obby's losing. He's losing what, subs and weekly, his weekly averages, his last 30 days, he's losing. I mean, yeah, I think I'm even dead. Like, I know my channel's dead because I quit so many times. Because I know, yeah, I'll lose 10, gain 10, so my averages are all, everything's flatlined. Yeah, I did have a jump in 2022. But yeah, everything's flatlined. So, it is what it is. It's weird since private servers seems good currently. Warmain is still going, and Whitemane servers are going. Whitemane has an issue with its scripting. Whitemane's scripting is pretty bad. Tariwao is currently working on Legion, etc. Just people losing the passion to make videos, and well, I think there's just so much. There's only so much you can do. And look, like I even posted on Hamster's. Where is it? Did I leave it up here? I even posted on Hamster's last video here. You can pull it up. Read my comment. Like, I've never thought Hamster. Yeah, I said, it's sad to see you go, but I've never viewed Hamster as somebody who's knowledgeable in the game. Like, he's just your average Joe. And just like an Obby, just like a Fishbro, just like Dodgy Kebab. These guys are all average, and a lot of the YouTube content creators are. They're very, very average. They have some knowledge and some nostalgia, and they liked playing the game, etc., etc. And that's fine, and that's dandy. But they were never good at the game, and they never really went into depth. And the things that they went into depth on, like Hamster Wheel, when he's talking about, you can watch the video where he gets debunked on his most viewed video. It was this whole video gets debunked, and Hamster had given he's telling people stuff that's not even true. So, like, I have no respect for him whatsoever when it comes to actually playing the game. Like, if he wants to make content and talk about what he likes and doesn't like, that's fine. But, you know, and then he'll probably, like a lot of content creators do, they'll go and read some article, they'll rip some ideas off of it, or they'll go watch somebody else's video, rip some ideas off of it, and then they'll incorporate it into their videos. Or they'll do the same, you know, well, here's a good one. Private servers in 2021, like, that's like a yearly video you can do every single year. You know, there's just WoW Vanilla Shaman Guide. Yeah, no, I just, like, this is just a vanilla guide. Like, it doesn't go in depth. Like, it just, I guarantee you this guy doesn't go into depth, doesn't give you anything that you would actually, any top tier player is not going to watch this. Any newbie might watch it. Anybody with half a brain is still going to go look up a guide. They're not going to trust, you know, a player like this with his very low caliber. And like I said, I'm not trying to knock on Hamster, but you know, I think he's exposed himself enough for the lies that he's created. But if he wants to make content about stuff, it's fine. Same thing with Albie too. Albie can make all the content he wants when he's doing live streams and I mean looking back at my old video, was old Naxxramas really that hard? And this was, what, 7 years ago? And then he did it 9, so from 2 years, whatever. Like, this, if you watch that video and you watch this video, you will just see the contradictions in them. It's ridiculous. White main scripting is not the best, but their advertising is crazy since that's like the biggest issue for private servers. They just don't advertise their servers. Yeah, I can't believe I was watching YouTube on my phone and there was a white main ad that popped up. I'm like, seriously? Like, first of all, how is YouTube allowing a private server to put ads on their website? Like, that's just crazy to me. Second of all, yeah, white mains, that's the thing though. Like, Trinity Core scripting is, I don't know this from personal experience, so don't take my word personally for it. But also, at the same time, do. Like, I just had a guy the other day hit me up about Fluffy's server. Because Fluffy had a fully working Wrath of the Lich King Trinity Core private server that we went and played and we would test things on his server. Okay? This dude was blown away at how Warmain and all these other, you know, all these other private servers cannot script. He's like, dude, it took me what? It took him like 2 or 3 months to fully fix everything in the Trinity Core. He has a fully working server. I think there's a few quests. There's like 1 or 2 quests or something like that do not work, and I think some of the vanilla content he never got around to. But as far as Wrath, and just strictly speaking Wrath, and especially the raids, every single raid works 100% as intended as it did in retail. Every dungeon is 100% scripted exactly the way it was in retail. It's like, how the hell is this so hard to script if Fluffy can do it in a couple months, and you guys haven't been able to figure it out in 14 years? Like, it blows my mind that, how is this possible? Like, you guys they're hiring these coders, these C++ guys. Are they really C++? I mean, Fluffy doesn't even have a degree, or doesn't even know, he knows how to script, but he's not like, it's not something he went to school for. So how hard can it really be? Like, who are you guys actually hiring to do this script work? Like, I don't understand. And that was one of Fluffy's big things that, yes, Fluffy the Rogue Goat, yes. Well, I still talk to Fluffy. Actually, we were talking yesterday. Yes, because Fluffy came and visited me, and I need to go visit him in Germany. But anyways, so yeah, it's just bad. Like, I don't understand how these private servers cannot, and they just can't do shit. They really can't, and I don't get it. Yes, I'm drinking a beer. No, I don't care. Yes, I'm about to smoke a cigarette, and I don't care. It's just, yeah. Look, I think private servers are dying, but at the same point, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think a lot of it, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do after they close Wrath servers. I'm very interested to see how that's going to affect Warming. Because I think a lot of the community is split right now. A lot of the guys I know, at least, and maybe that's just me, because I raided with a lot of the top tier guys. Now, a lot of them are retired, for one. And for two, a lot of them are playing Classic. And they're not playing on Warmane right now because they're playing Classic Wrath. And again, that's because I've played with the top tier guys, and a lot of these guys are in top tier guilds. So it makes sense that a lot of people I know are no longer playing on Warmane. The only person left is a QE, and that's it from the old days. It's just me and him, and I haven't been playing at all for the last month and a half or so. But all the rest of them, Murphin, all them motherfuckers, they all went to fucking Classic. And then, are they going to come back when Cataclysm comes out? Do they plan on keep going? I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see when they close Wrath servers, because they are closing them, they're not coming back. And it should be quite interesting. Yeah, I get that. I know that. I understand that Warmane will probably never fix things the way they should be. And here's the problem I have with that. Minus a few things that they had to do, they had a fully working, fully scripted ICC. What was that, 3-4 years ago? Minus fixing Professor Putricide, which they did eventually, and then they fixed Valk Speed, and what was that? What else was wrong with Lich King? Valk Speeds were too slow, and then I can't remember what else they fixed with Lich King. What other bug report did we make? Maybe it was Infest? I can't remember. But there was those 4 things that got fixed, and then they somehow break Marigar, and other things are broken now. It's like, how do you guys fix one part of the script and break... I remember when they fixed a DK glyph for PvP. It was a PvP DK glyph. They fixed that and somehow broke Lich King for like 3 months. How? Like, me and Fluffy went through it, and Fluffy did show me all this stuff. Fluffy's like, look, he's like, it's in an entirely different folder. He's like, how the hell did they change that? And he's got the Trinity Core folder pulled up. He's like, here's the scripting for the glyph and what it's supposed to do and blah, 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 blah. He's like, how the hell did that get broken? And bosses in folders for certain bosses or in certain raids or in way different folders, way different areas. He's like, how did fixing one DK glyph break Lich King for 3 months when they're not even in the same remote area? Like, he's like, that should never happen. And it blows my mind to this day that these breaks happen. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, what? I know you guys are using Trinity Core, but like, how are you breaking stuff from one folder to another folder when you could write in whatever you wanted to do with that glyph and it shouldn't affect Lich King at all? It just doesn't make any sense. Is Cataclysm out? Is it really? Hang on. Classic Cataclysm. So,
guys, we got some major news. The World of Warcraft Cataclysm pre-patch is finally here, bringing with it Worgen, goblins, an updated world to quest in. It's the newest expansion to classic World of Warcraft. A rather controversial expansion, though. Cataclysm is an expansion that some people...
So, it's just the pre-patch is here. Yeah. I don't think it's out all the way yet. So didn't they release something with MOP too? And that's the thing, like, there's World of Warcraft, there's just, for a content creator who's only doing private servers like Hamster Wheel, there's just so much. So they have what? A relaunched, don't they have a relaunched Mist of Pandaria? Okay, you've got Season of Discovery, you got Vanilla WoW Classic, you got Cataclysm coming, you've got Classic Wrath of Lich King, you've got Retail. There's too much to keep track of right now in the Warcraft community. Everything's splintered off into its own little faction. And on top of that, you got private servers. It's just, like, whatever happened to just having the game the way it fucking was? Like, a purist. Like, I don't know. There's very few of us left that remember to, like, actually play the game like it was in 2010. Like, that's what I've always wanted, and we never got that. And probably never will. Yeah, well, you could pull BPC and you could pull Blood Prince Council. You'd pull Blood Prince Council, and you could pull Blood Queen through the floor, and you could fight both bosses at the same time. But I don't think Blood Prince Council even did anything. Like, all their spells and stuff were broken. And BQL, I think she was broke too. Well, clearly, she was flying through the floor. But, like, their pathing was just terrible back then. Back on the old Molten WoW. You could defeat both bosses at the... Yeah, a group of bosses in Blood Prince Council and Blood Queen Lynethel at the same time. Because it was just pure insanity back in the day. Which is actually kind of funny. And, like, why don't we... I think we've already seen a lot of custom scripting. But, like, I'd be down for some more just wacky stuff. Like, I miss Endless MD. I miss MD and... I miss sitting in Storm and all of a sudden a World Dragon would just come busting into... just start killing everybody. That was always fun. Start chatting people, whatever. But yeah, this whole thing with Fishbro is just, it's hilarious. The guy goes and says, "You should quit Warmane. I'm leaving Warmane," and then turns around. Warmane has an integrity, dude. As somebody who fought against Warmane for a long time, you're never gonna win. First of all, second of all, I probably was a little bit more closed-minded than what I am today. In that Warmane is, for all their flaws, they're never going to change. Like, you're never going to change Warmane. You're never going to change private servers, the whole scene of them. It's never going to change, okay? It is what it is. It's the closest thing we have to Classic, or to Wrath of the Lich King the way it was back in the day. Classic did not fulfill that need, okay? And you're fighting against a mountain. You're never going to win. And like in the video that I did covering when he said he should quit Warmane, I even said, I think in that video I said he'll be back. Like, no, you can leave, but you'll be back. And clearly he's still playing on Warmane. So this video dropped. When did this video drop? Okay, what exact day did it drop? April 3rd. So almost 2 months ago he dropped that one. And then April 8th. So 5 days later, he's back on fucking Warmane? What? He's telling people to quit, yet 5 days later, he's on Warmane reporting people. I mean, come on, man. This is so wishy-washy. Like, people actually enjoy this content, though. Like, people actually enjoy this kind of stuff because it's just so stupid. Like, Raya Fury's back, too. Isn't he back now, too? Raya Fury... Raya Fury Warmane. Raya Fury Rage comes up. That's good. There he is. Raya. Oh, he's on Twitch, though, isn't he? Yeah, he's on Twitch. So Raya Fury's back, too. And, oh my god. It's just... And these guys should all just create a guild together. So Raya Fury, Obby, Fishbro... Like, they should all just go create a guild together. And just go play. Fishbro is the GOAT. He is. He definitely is the GOAT. Without question. People are still playing Hearthstone? Oh my god. It's interesting. Whatever happened to that game, too? Like, Hearthstone just died, like, quick. What are the top games? So just chatting is still... I can't believe it. So what's Rust is up there. I really do need to get Rust. I keep saying I'm going to. I've been playing V Rising as of late. It finally came out. I can't believe it was, in... V Rising was in early access for a while, and I played it. It was fun, but I was like, they still had yet to release more bosses, and every time they did, they would reset your castle and all this stuff. So, and then I went to go play Valheim today, because I know Ashlands came out last week, and my whole entire world is underneath the water. So, all that time building all them bases, and everything's underwater. So, I'm kind of ticked off about that. I don't know. What else is there? Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, Fortnite, Counter-Strike 2, Wuthering Waves, okay. Call of Duty, no. Minecraft, no. Dota, no. Apex Legends, no. EA Sports, anything by EA needs to be drug out in the street and shot. What is X Defiant? I miss, like, first-person shooter games. Like, where's the next Destiny 2? Where's the next Borderlands games at? Mista Pandaria remix. So what? Okay, so I don't understand. They remixed Mop. So what does that exactly mean for classic Mop? Like, I'm so confused. And then they screwed up Mop. So people have like infinite, like there's infinite scaling for weapons. You see that video where the guy's doing like, what was it? He's doing like 262 million DPS a second. Like, it's ridiculous. Arena Breakout. What are these games? Twitch is, I mean, I get it, Twitch is dying too. Thank goodness. I can't believe people are still playing Destiny. I really can't. Four Horsemen of Warmane. Oh, God. Yeah, it would be. Where's all the games? Like, DayZ is old as... DayZ's old as shit. Welcome to the Game 2. Paper Mario. Like, seriously, I'm about to fire up an emulator and just play some emulator. Dark Souls Remastered, World of Tanks. What the crap is that, World of Tanks? It's just same games at the top for like the last 10. Like, I mean, Skyrim's in the top, what, 20 games? There's V Rising. But yeah, it's horrible. What's going on in gaming, man? Everything's just so money driven anymore. I can't believe Rust is the top game right now. What's going on in Rust for it to be the top game? I mean, Rust is usually up there, but not top. It's so weird seeing League of Legends is always up in the top 3, 4, 5. So is Grand Theft Auto 5. But World of Warcraft is way down here. World of Warcraft is what, like 20th now? Like, wow, what happened to that? And where's Hearthstone at? I don't even see Hearthstone. Somebody shout out if you see it, because I still don't see it. I'm scrolling. I mean, V Rising has more people watching. That can't be right. I must have missed it. Okay, there it is. Hearthstone. Wow. You think Hearthstone was one of like the top... Like, those were staples, man. Grand Theft Auto, League of Legends, Rust, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone. Those were like top 6 of all time. Fortnite making a comeback too now. That's just weird. Valheim. XCOM 2. God, I love that game. Why don't they release XCOM 3? I don't know. It's weird to see gaming these days. I wish that somebody would actually release a World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King with, you start off at an X, right? But you have the same patches. You release it patch by patch by patch, just like it did in retail. Nobody will do that. That all that stuff that they released in certain patches is lost to time. Like, you could probably go back, but there's like I said, there's certain things like Restoration Druids. Gift of the Earth Mother used to be 20% haste, and then it got nerfed. But you will never see where all it says in the blue post, because I've looked for it. Because we were all it says in the blue post is this talent has been reduced from its other value to 10% now. But it doesn't say what it was reduced from. And unless you go back and know what the talent actually was, because it never got changed until patch 3.2 or 3.3. I think 3.3 it got changed. You would never know what it was reduced from because you never know where the starting point was. Arctic Eggs. What the devil is that? Heroes of the Storm. People still play that game? Wow. New World. Wow, man. Just wow. More people playing Borderlands 2 than Borderlands 3, I guarantee it. Borderlands 3's was crap too. Yeah, and that's the thing. I had to come back because I had to scratch that itch. I had to scratch that itch, but I know I'm not the player I once was. Like, I could still do stuff. I could still theorycraft. Like, that never went away. But my timing on everything is off. I never did get it back. And like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just don't really, like, I don't want to log in and play. Like, I really don't. I have more fun playing other games right now than I do logging in and playing World of Warcraft. Wow. Like, where are all the new games at? Even on Steam right now. Yeah, so the Ashlands is out. Vermintide 2 just released their stuff, so I was playing that a little bit today. I got in one round of Chaos Waste. But there's just nothing good. Oh, Warhammer's all on sale this week. Oh, zippy-doo. Elder Scrolls are on sale. Well, Cyberpunk's on sale. 50% off. I can always get that. Dave the Diver. Well, let me tell you what, Dave the Diver. Where are all the multiplayer games? Like, where's the co-op games at? Like, I hate that they have destroyed co-op. Like, what happened to you and your buddy just sitting down and playing a game together? Like, that's what we wanted Fallout to be. But no, we get Fallout 76 because we gotta make it an MMO. Just make it co-op. Just make it co-op. How hard is that? I don't get it. Yeah, I've been watching some of Asmon's stuff, and I still don't agree with a lot. Like, some of his takes on WoW, I don't agree with Asmon on. Blizzard, his takes on Blizzard, sure, are fine, and his React content, yeah, it's funny. But, I don't mind him for that, but some of the stuff that he was saying, like that time where he said that private server players, like, when Classic Vanilla got launched, private server players aren't going to stand a chance against all these other Classic, or all these guys coming back to play, and then Classic players just destroyed the old school guys. Like, dude, we've been playing this game for years since it quit, or since the vanilla went dead. We've been practicing and honing our craft, theory crafting shit that you guys never even thought of theory crafting back in the day. Of course, private server players are better at these classic versions of the game because we've been playing them for decades, or like a decade. Like, what were you thinking? Like, that was one of his takes that he was just completely and utterly wrong on, and got blown out of the water on it. Because he's just like, I don't know. Maybe he sees it now that he didn't see it before, but he definitely missed the bigger picture on that. What changes they made along the way? Oh, dude, like DKs were so overpowered when they first came out. Like, okay, what's that? Bone Shield. So Bone Shield used to last a minute, and it was Bone Shield was so powerful, and the Blood Tree was weak. Unholy Tree was okay-ish. Frost was so overpowered. So what they did with DKs is because they thought DK had a weak, you know how they're supposed to be using magic as well as like diseases and things like that. Like they're kind of like a combo in between the two. Well, what they did was they upscaled like the amount of magic damage you do. So they figured since there was only a few spells that did magic, they would scale up like how much damage they did. So you would walk in, and this is in Nax gear, by the way. Okay, this is back when like the bar for doing Nax, to get into a Nax run, you had to pull 5k DPS. Okay, and Icy Touch alone was doing 5 to 7k crits, even in PvP, in full PvP gear. DK, the whole top 2s teams were all DK, like page after page after page after page after page. DK H-Pal, DK H-Pal, DK H-Pal. And it was just Icy Touch spam. That's all you did. So you Icy Touch, Icy Touch, Death Death Wish or whatever the hell it was. Will get you back gives you back 1 rune. You do that, there's another Icy Touch. Then you can empower Rune Weapon, get 2 more ice. So you could do 7 Icy Touches and have them hit for 5 to 7k when players' max health at like Nax gear was like 20k HP. And if each of them's doing 5k, you're putting out like, I don't know, 35k DPS in a matter of 7 seconds. Like, that was unheard of. It was retarded. DKs were so overpowered, it was ridiculous. So they got nerfed into the ground come Udawar, that, at least in PvP. PvE, I think they still took quite a nerf, too, if I recall. And they really didn't, and they were nerfed kind of going into Talk as well, and they really didn't balance DK back out until the end of Wrath. Healers, like, Disc was crap in, I think, the first two. Disc wasn't really used in Nax. Disc wasn't used in Udawar. It was Holy Priests that were really powerful in Udawar. And Restoration Druid was really powerful then as well. And then, hang on. I'll text her back in a minute. Yeah, it was just crazy. Dave the Diver game is so fun. Let's see. What? Like, I'm like, indie games are okay. Like, that's what I would consider this under. These pixel indie games or whatever you want to call them. They're fun, but like, there's just so many of them anymore. Like, I'm burnt out of them. Wins BAFTA award for game design. Jesus. Like, Minecraft is like this, and freaking, it's just, I don't know, it gets old. Even Valheim's kind of like that, kind of pixelated, goofy stuff. But that's what these little smaller studios have to do. They can't do graphically what the AAA studios can do, but they can make worlds like Valheim that are freaking insanely huge, which are fun to play. But God, I was playing Call of Duty World at War. We were playing the old zombies. The original, the OG zombies. Did I play Don't Starve together? I have played it. Not in a while, but Hearts of Iron 4, my God. I did play a game of Hearts of Iron 4 the other day. I can't believe Star Wars The Old Republic is still going. I can't believe people even raid there. Oh, well, half the viewership's just this one chick, and she doesn't even look like she's playing the game. Is she playing the game? She's not.
We'll jump
Okay.
into the game.
You're not even playing the game, lady. This guy just looks like he's leveling, so he's not even playing the game either. God, talk about another game that just went downhill. What is this? This is definitely not Star Wars. Yeah, this is not Star Wars. Okay. Wow. Give me a good first-person shooter game. And if anybody says Call of fucking Duty, I'm gonna lose my mind. Didn't we look into Valorant before? Is this PvP? Is this like another deathmatch thing? I'm assuming it is. Valorant's just another deathmatch thing. Another Fortnite, another... Why do people get so caught up in these games? Like, it's the same thing as Fortnite, is it not? So who cares? So is... all this stuff. Whatever happened... Oh my gosh. Gamers just are so... I don't know. Today's games are just not me. They're just not for me. I'd rather go fire up some old... Like, where's the new Mario parties and stuff at? Like, Mario Party was friggin' hilariously fun. Love Mario Party. Fire up some Mario Party. Fire up some old Nintendo 64 stuff. Like... Whatever happened to studios and gaming companies taking risks on stuff? It is, because nobody wants to take risks anymore. Like, what's the most played games right now? Hang on. Most played. What's the most played on Steam right now? Counter-Strike, Dota, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Really? I thought that game died off a long time ago. Apex, Team Fortress 2, which has been out for, almost, what is it? Yeah, here. October 10th, 2007. The game has been out for forever. Almost 20 years that game has been out. And it is still in the top 5 on Steam. That is insane. That's insane. I would like to have one of those, a proper Lord of the Rings game, yes. Stardew Valley, that game's been out for forever too. Yeah, Stardew Valley's 8 years old. I mean, oh my god, Rust is getting up there too, isn't it? It was 18. Yeah, Rust is 6 years old. And Grand Theft Auto, that's been out for forever too. Baldur's Gate 3, that came out last year. Yeah, Fallout 4. Why do people like Fallout 4? It was so glitchy and buggy. Either way, that game's almost a decade old now. Unturned, huh? Another block game. That game's old as shit, too. Helldivers really fell off the map, huh? Oh, Valheim's on sale. V Rising, yep. So how is Civ 6? Civ 6 was so bad. Lost Ark is still up there. Warframe's still up there. Warframe's getting up there too, isn't it? It's kind of getting old. Dead by Daylight 3 is almost a decade old. It's still in the top 30. Wow. Hearts of Iron's been out for a hot minute now. That's almost a decade old too. Still selling. Show me a game from back in the day on the Nintendo 64. Okay? First of all, the Nintendo 64, it was being, all those games were constantly being replaced. So show me a game from the late 90s, early 2000s that had the staying power where people were still playing it. Like, a lot of people were still playing it a decade later. It just doesn't happen because innovation was going so fast that in graphic progression and, worlds being opened up and the different things you could do. And it's like, since 2016, 18, everything's just the same. Nothing's changed. Nothing has gotten any better. It's just the same shit, just repackaged. Oops. It's not what the hell did I do? Most played 100. Yeah. I mean, look at fucking Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Come on, man. That game's fucking ancient as shit. Left 4 Dead 2 is even more ancient. Still 20,000 people playing it. It's in the top 50. From 2009. I remember playing this on the Xbox 360. I remember when this came out. Fallout New Vegas, I have it. I mean, these 3 right here, I have all 3 of them in my library because they were great games. How was Fallout New Vegas? And that was 14? Wow, I'm way off. 2010. Holy shit, man. That came out when Wrath was out. Isn't that crazy? Don't people understand this? Man. Did I play a game called Spore? Not that I remember. I remember hearing about that game. Yeah, but some of it's speed running, sure, but there's just certain games on here that you're just not going to speed run. Who the hell is speed running Fallout 76? Or Hearts of Iron, I guess. I don't know. Pal World fell off, didn't it? Jesus, man. Game was like fire for like the first like month it came out. Elder Scrolls Online is on sale for $5. Jesus. And then you got Diablo 4 still trying to sell itself for $70. How the fuck is this mostly positive? Shut the fuck up. All reviews mostly positive. Recent reviews mostly positive. And see, this industry is so fucking corrupt now that they can do shit like that. Like, we all know Diablo 4 sucks balls. Stop it. Two hours until bedtime? Man, why the fuck is my watch telling me it's time for bed? Fuck off, watch. Wow, just wow, man. Path of Exile. Jesus. I went down a dark path in starting this video. Now we're on Steam looking for decent games and they just don't exist anymore. By current players, let's try by daily players. So like, let's just not by current, but like who's playing on the daily. Not much has really changed. Skyrim fell down a little bit. Dying Light, the OG. Oh, that's the new. Okay. Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition. Jesus, man. Hunt Showdown is old as shit too. No, what? I thought Hunt Showdown was way older than that. I mean, Witcher's old as shit. Talk about a decade-old game. Now, I get people speedrunning that. Not 22,000 people speedrunning it, but... Oh, Dave the Diver is in top 100. Wow. Old fart needs to sleep. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't ever get to sleep. Sleep? What the hell's that? Talking to the wrong person. I don't know what sleep is. Anywho, I just wanted to come in here and just fucking talk shit about these fucking morons. How about Fishbro talking about he's leaving Warmain and he's still playing on Warmain and now he's promoting Obby and it's just... Wow. Just wow. I mean, I guess it's from like 2 months ago, but... Wow. I would love to just wipe the slate clean on the private server stuff and just... I don't know. I'd love to wipe the whole slate clean with everybody there and just start over. Like, private servers never happen and just relaunch them. But I think I am going to get off here and probably finish folding. I think I got another load of laundry to do. And I got 3 empty baskets that need to go downstairs. So, back to being a dad. I have 6 days off this week in a row. So I will be on to do something. I don't know what, but I'll be around. Unlike I have been for like past, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. Fishbro's just one brain cell holding on for dear life. I don't even say it's... I'd say the other half of that brain cell's already gone. And the retarded one's holding on for dear life. Somehow he's got that retard grip, you know. But I'll be on later this week. It's holiday here in the U.S. Monday, so Memorial Day. So, yeah. Anywho, we'll see you guys later, and hopefully enjoy the rest of your weekend, and, yeah, that's all I got.